Lewis Hamilton was fifth at the Turkish Grand Prix, a result which saw him lose his lead in the F1 drivers' standings to Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton was described as hurt and feeling like he'd taken a few punches after the British driver endured a frustrating day at the Turkish Grand Prix. Hamilton, 36, came from 11th on the grid to finish 5th, but only after dropping out of the podium places with 8 laps to go after being ordered into the pits by Mercedes against his will. It will be of little consolation to the 7-time world champion that teammate Valtteri Bottas led from start to finish to end his wait for a first F1 win of the season, with the Red Bull duo of Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez second and third respectively. Before he was called in, Hamilton, who held a slender 2-point lead over title rival Verstappen ahead of the race, was set to concede just 3 points to the Dutch driver, but after dropping back into 5th, the gap is now 6 ahead of this month's United States Grand Prix in Austin. Hamilton was quickest in qualifying but started 11th after a penalty for using too many engine parts, and after getting up to 3rd wanted to hang on to the end on the same set of intermediate tires on which he started the race. After rejecting a series of calls from Mercedes to call him into the pits, he was eventually ordered in as the team feared his balding tires dropping off badly in the closing laps. However, the call appeared to backfire as Hamilton instead ended up fighting off Pierre Gasly, having lost places to Perez and Leclerc. "We shouldn't have come in, man," Hamilton said over the radio. "I have massive graining. I told you." Afterwards, Sky Sports pundit Paul Di Resta said Hamilton's demeanor portrayed the scale of his dissatisfaction. "I was trying to see the reaction of Lewis' body language. H is down, HES hurt. He feels like HES taken a few punches," he said. "I think the frustrating thing for him is that he had a very dominant car. Way beyond where Red Bull were this weekend. What Max was able to do and Red Bull were able to do, they just protected it and secured it." Unfortunately, with Mercedes rolling that dice, they were not on the same kind of mindset and they lost out. Honestly, I think they would have probably still managed to beat Perez had they stopped around the same time as him. They had much more performance. Di Resta backed the British driver to bounce back in a fortnight though, adding, "Hell come back, knocking on that door in Austin. It's a place that lifts him." For his part, Bottas, who will leave Mercedes for Alfa Romeo at the end of this season, was delighted to secure a first F1 win since the 2020 Russian Grand Prix some 13 months ago. "It's been a while but feels good," said the Finnish driver in his podium interview. "From my side, it was one of the best races I've had, ever. Apart from one little slide, I've had everything under control. The car was good in every condition, I had really good confidence in it. I'm glad everything went smooth for once for me. It was nice.